Alright everyone, welcome back to the Moto Lawyer Show. I'm Tyson Mutrux. So we are driving on a small little route from Fulton to Columbia. This is the second half of my route. I recorded one show earlier and now I am back at it. What I want to do, whoa, gotta watch out for this driver. A little crazy there, went over the line. I want to talk about buy-in motorcycles. Alright, so I recently bought this Indian, which I love, by the way. I got it from Head Motor Company in Columbia, Missouri. I highly recommend them. They really take care of you. So I recommend if you want an Indian, really any used bike, you can go over there and they can find it for you. Eric Meyer over there, he's a good guy. Eric Meyer's great guy. Stuart Head, Martha Head, Drew at the front desk, all of them are really great. But we'll talk to you a little bit about, I think there's some misconception about, in Missouri at least, a 3-day rule for purchases of vehicles. I don't know where this came from, but, and there's also some confusion with lemon laws. And sort of what made me thinking about this is that, you know, afterwards, I think anytime you buy a vehicle or any sort of bigger purchase, you sort of think, okay, especially if it's used. I bought this Indian used, which I'm happy with my purchase. I love the used Indian that I got, the Scout. Love it. But there's always this little bit that creeps into your mind thinking, you know what, not was I taken advantage of, but was I, let me stop here and talk to these gents. Good?
Yeah, he spilled it on the corner, man, but he's doing okay.
You good, man? What's out? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he's okay. My wife, I live right around the corner here. My wife's bringing him some peroxide and a bandage for his arm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Is it running?
No, it won't start. It won't start, so.
All right, let's.
Yeah, because I'm gonna probably try.
Do you live here?
Yeah, but I'm way, man, dude. I'm way on the other side. I'm down by the mall in Columbia.
I'm on the south side. You want me to run? I'll take and get my car.
Yeah, so I got my wife.
Okay. Okay.
So I think we're gonna be. I think I'm gonna be good, man. It's just gonna be me waiting, really.
Okay. You need me to stick around, or you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man.
We're good, man. Got nobody coming? Yeah. I live about 3 miles up the road, guys.
Alright, good. Got a lot of people stopping here, so that's good. So in my other episode, I talked about Rex, and that sucks. His bike's not. He's got a nice Harley. Sucks that he took a spill. So that's the case. You know, he's at fault. He's got to feel it tomorrow, but. Poor guys, his handlebars are jacked up. He seems to be okay, so that's a good thing. Just feel bad for the guy. But we're talking about, you know, just that creeping thought that you get when you buy something used, and you think, you know, maybe I didn't get what I thought I got. I don't feel that way at all, so I don't want to imply that with this motorcycle. I don't want to talk. That's just where the idea came from. So, just so you know, this is just about lemon laws in general. Those only apply to, when it comes to vehicles, it only applies to new vehicles. Okay, new vehicles, new motorcycles. Those do not apply to used vehicles. So I'm specifically going to be talking about used motorcycles. So what's crucial then, if you're not protected by that, all right, you need to do your due diligence. And so we've got to get this idea out of your mind that you're protected by the lemon law if you get a used vehicle. You're also not protected by this so-called 3-day rule. You don't have 3 business days. You don't have 3 days period to return your used bike. So get that out of your head. So it's on you to do that due diligence at the very beginning to make sure you've got what you thought you're getting, what you thought you're getting. Okay, so get your Carfax or any equivalent to that. If you don't know much about bikes, bring someone with you to look at the bikes to see if there's anything wrong with them. All right, especially if any custom additions or subtractions from your bike have been made. Make sure you have them check it out, and even have the mechanic ride the bike, because if you're not a mechanic and don't really know what you're listening for, you're not going to know what to listen for. Okay, so you need to do the checks. You need to have someone looking at it, and so because when it comes to fraud, so if you feel like you've been defrauded, you're not protected unless you go through the motions and make sure you're getting what you think you're getting. All right, so do everything you can to do your negotiations in writing and get confirmations in writing, whether that be text message or email. Okay, so those are the 2 safest. Probably email's better than text, just because people lose their phones, people delete texts, people think the cell phone companies keep text messages in their systems, and they don't. All they do keep is the data that shows that a text was sent and a text was received, who sent it, who received it, things like that. People actually don't realize that data is not kept by the cell phone companies. It's kind of crazy, but they don't keep it. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. That's a lot of information they'd have to store, and it costs a lot of money for them to do it. So what's your recourse if you did do your due diligence and you did find out, hey, this isn't what I thought it was, they concealed something, they hid something, they changed the VIN number, you know, it could be a variety of things. Then you can sue them for sure. If you think the damages are less than $5,000, take them to small claims court. You can do that on your own. There's no rules of evidence. It only costs $45 for a filing fee. But just know, if it's a mechanical problem, whether you're in small claims court or whatever court, you're going to need a mechanic. You're going to need an expert to testify as to what's wrong with the bike, because otherwise you can't prove it. It's called causation, because you got to prove causation. And you're going to also need someone to testify to damages. That could be a dealer, it could be a mechanic, it could be another motorcyclist that actually has a lot of knowledge about motorcyclists. But just know, in Missouri, though, the rules of evidence have changed when it comes to experts, and it's a higher standard. So call an attorney to discuss that with them. It's kind of like the Daubert standard, D-A-U-B-E-R-T. In a nutshell, I don't want to get too complicated with this, but you just have to prove that expert knows what they're talking about, okay? And that's their training and that's their experience. That's the simplest form I'm going to put it. I'm not going to do a podcast today on rules of evidence and that specific rule, because it's quite complicated and there's no point in it. But just know that you're going to have to prove your case, and that's one of the things you're going to need to do to prove your case. I see that on my, it's funny, on my Mevo, it's picking up some, it's funny because the Mevo, my other camera, if you look down, it'll actually focus on specific things. It's picking up on the clouds. It's kind of funny, but I think that's probably all you need to know when it comes to buying used vehicles. The main thing I wanted to point out, there is no 3-day rule. The lemon law rule does not apply to used bikes. It does apply to new bikes. So if you get a bad bike, you're going to need to prove it. Check out the nice little golf course over here. I actually don't know what this golf course is. I live here and I don't know what it is. Let's check it out. It's like Old Hawthorne. Oh, I've heard of Old Hawthorne. Never played it, but never actually played it. But if you get a new bike, it's the same rules to apply if you get a lemon. You're gonna have to prove it, okay? So you're gonna have to hire someone, you have to hire an expert. So, and if you do get a lemon, you'll get a new bike. I'm not sure if you're gonna wanna go through the same dealer, but who knows, you might. If it's a new bike, it's probably honestly not the dealer's fault. It's probably the manufacturer's fault, so keep that in mind. But anyways, if you have more questions about that, give us a call at our office. Otherwise, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all of those great places. Join our Facebook group. We've got a lot of great discussion going on there. We post a lot of information. Hopefully it's a good spot for you all to meet each other, go on rides. And then like us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, submit any questions you've got, we'll answer them on the bike. I'll interview some witnesses along the way, or not witnesses, jeez, I'm so used to thinking of experts as witnesses, calling them at trial, but we'll call some experts in the biking field, maybe some other attorneys. Not all of these podcasts will be on the bike, but a lot of them will. So, but enjoy the rest of this ride. There's not much left to it, but we've seen you on the road. Then what we're gonna do, you know, I was gonna take the highway, but we're gonna take the scenic route. It's usually best to take the scenic route anyways. Get to see a little bit of Columbia. Looks like we're gonna hit the next light too, so we'll have a little more time to talk. But you'll see in the distance, you got downtown Columbia. Now you don't see much of it here. You see the hospitals. What you're seeing is actually Boone Hospital. University Hospital is more toward the southwest of here. What I might do, if I get a little bit of extra time, what I can do is I'll give you the scenic route, but I think what I might also do is take you down to campus. So we'll hit campus and then we'll hit the scenic route and we will be done for this route. Not everybody gets to see downtown Columbia. It's not that big, but everybody gets to see the beautiful University of Missouri campus. It's a gorgeous campus. If you've never been to it, I recommend going over to it. I went there for undergrad and went to St. Louis University for law school, and the campuses are night and day. SLU's new law school, it's actually downtown St. Louis, and the old law school is in Midtown, but it was attached to the main campus, and that campus, it's a fraction of the size of Mizzou's campus. Doing a terrible job of shifting right now, sorry about that. Too busy talking and looking around, but way different campuses. You've got a different feel. Now SLU's got a really nice campus, it's just a different feel. Over to our right you've got Stevens College Park. I think it's just called Stevens Park now. Either they donated the land or I don't know what the deal was, but they actually allowed City of Columbia to take over the operation of it, I believe. It's either that or Boone County, but I'm pretty sure City of Columbia runs it. Golly. Somehow popped back into neutral, but City of Columbia, I believe, runs it now. I don't know if it's their Parks and Recreation Department or what, but Stevens, I don't believe, runs that anymore. So it's a really nice little park. It's not very big. So if you're used to big parks like Forest Park, it's nothing like that. Switch got to the, what you have in front of us is the downtown area. We're going to bypass that. It's tiny and it's not the easiest place to navigate. Alright, so basically we're on the dividing line between the campus and the city. So over to my left you've got the campus, over to the right you've got the city. Got the power plant in front of us. Believe it or not, those aren't nearly as god as they used to be. Alright, so what we're going to do, as long as I can still do it, we're going to take a left up here with the students being back. They may have it actually blocked off just because it's the beginning of the school year. They may have orientation going on. But we're about to looks like it might be open, so it might be good. Yeah. We are good. So over to my right, you're not really gonna see it, is the north quad. It's where the columns are. And then we're heading towards the south quad. Two different, you get a little peek. You got Jesse Hall, Jesse Auditorium. And I'll be honest with you, I don't remember all of the building names because things have changed so much. And then here's Mizzou's Law School to the right. Like I said, I went to SLU's Law School. And then over to the right in the distance, that's the True School of Business. That's the school that I was at whenever I was here. That's the Mizzou's Business School. It's a shame there's not a better look from the, I guess it'd be the North Quad, just because it's such a cool little quad. It's older. Alright, and then you got the truly world-class over to the right, the complex, the sports complex. It's in there. They've got a lazy river. You got the student center over to the left. It's an incredible student center. Truly, truly incredible. There's some great buildings on this campus. A lot of money that they've been spending over the last 15 to 20 years. Luckily, I've been able to benefit from it a lot. Over to this right, you know, I cannot remember the name of that building, but it was an old gym. And me and my buddy Nate, we used to sneak in and play basketball in high school. We'd always play against these much bigger college students. It was always a lot of fun. So just to sneak in. There was they had built the new, well, you'd play on the top, which was the old section, but they had the new section. They were connecting to it, and so the new section was done, and they hadn't quite walled off the two, and so there was a wall we would sneak under to go play. Statute of limitations is run on trespassing on that, so I can talk about it now. It's like we were harming anything. No, we were just wanting to play some basketball.